And I am at Black Hills Powersports in Rapid City, and they have here an RMAX 1000 XTR in the beautiful green. Just do a walk around here. The paint on the XTR and, well, on the LE and XTR editions, it's painted plastic. It's not colored plastic. So it really, seeing this thing in person is really impressive. Let's start with the front. You have your marker lights here, and then you have your headlights. You go ahead and turn those on. So just with the they're like daytime running lights. So that's normal. Got your low beams. Got your high beams. Looks really sharp. Yamaha has been listening to everyone. All the switches and gauges on the XTR and LE are backlit. You have your instrument gauge here, which is center in front of the driver versus to the side. And then you have your Adventure Pro. So let's go back to the outside. I'll get back to the inside later. All the RMAX models have 30-inch tires, except for the X4. They come with 29-inch tires. You have 4x156 lug pattern. So this allows you to accessorize, go to aftermarket wheels with ease because of that's a more common pattern. Everything but the base models come with a 4,500-pound Warn winch. Just looking at the suspension here, it's beefy. These upper 8 arms are boxed. So if it looks reminiscent of a truck suspension, you'd be correct, because that's what it looks like. The ball joints, they look all beefed up. You can see the radiator overflow has been relocated to the engine bonnet. The radiator, they've added a diverter here, so it forces air out the sides and down. These shock mounts, they're beefy. Of course, you have the Fox shocks. All models have the Fox 2.0 shocks. The LE has the IQS, which is adjustable in cabin. The steering rack has been beefed up from the X2 and X4, so it's beefier. Your mud guards, no gaps. Your brake master cylinder has better protection here, so when you go through splashes and puddles, you don't get as much water intrusion. The wheel bearings are upgraded as well, and I'll detail that in my posts. You have integrated tow hooks that are beefy and tied to the frame. Just looking at the frame structure, the gauge of the steel looks actually heavier than the X2 and X4. Right here, they've added an oil cooler. So you have the 1000cc engine, which is brand new, based on the 847, but they've just beefed it up even more with the oil cooler. The internal components of the 1000cc engine are actually lighter than the 847, and the power shows. Let's get you some more shots in here. These stock fender guards, they do a good job. If you look at the videos, the promo videos, you don't see very much overspray, and I don't even know if they're going to offer an aftermarket guard if you need them. Does a pretty good job. Tree kickers. Gen 1 Wolverine owners complained when the X2 came out that they missed the tree kickers, and they've been put back in. Out back here, you know, it's nice to have, if you're a racer and you want to fine tune your shocks with 27 adjustments, that's fine. But most of us, we just want something simple and get you 90% of the way there. So with the Fox shocks, you have 3 settings: soft, medium, and hard. So it's really easy to adjust. No special tools needed. But if you want to do it in cab, get the LE model with the IQS, and that's the RMAX is the first production side-by-side that has that in-cab IQS adjustability OEM. You have to add on all the other models. Looks like we have a possible catalytic converter there, external. Who knows? The mounting for the rear differential has been beefed up substantially. The back mount, you X2, X4 owners, look at what you have now. That's a lot beefier. These A-arms, once again, they're automotive truck style. These X braces, it's not just stamped, it's a fully boxed unit. Steel braided brake lines. I like what they did with the rear muffler cover. It's angular. This rear tailgate, I mean, it's easy to work. Some guys complain about it, the X2, X4, where it wouldn't latch all the way. This is nice and solid. Same thing goes with the doors. And no more kidney buster. You have a door latch there, and you have a much bigger entry and exit compared to the older model. You have your gas tank fill here. Why relocated inboard? A couple of reasons. Less chance of dirt and debris getting in the tank. Also, if you get the cab kit, you lock your doors, people can't steal your gas. So, the adjustable seatbelt. Yeah, when I first heard of this, I wasn't too sure if I was going to like it, because on the older models they had this red thing that adjusted it. But when you pull the seatbelt, it didn't pull smooth. It kind of had a lot of resistance. This pulls through nice and easy. And to adjust it, it's that simple. So that's really nice. The bed, nice and easy to activate. Notice when I'm closing it, I don't have to use a lot of pressure and slam it. It runs really smooth. One thing I want to show you here is the CVT exhaust cools the engine exhaust. But in addition to these RMAXs, they've added this diverter. So this blows air over your coils and keeps them cool. Another thing you'll notice is this right here. That's your gas recirculation, your blow-by gas, and I think this is the solution to oil puddling in the intake. It's being returned here, so I don't think we're going to see the issues with overfilling that we had before, or having it top to the full on the X2s and X4s. I think that problem's going to go away with this redesign. Just trying to get you some shots in here. And Black Hills Powersports has been gracious enough to loan me this after they have their demo for the customers here. Oh, let me open this back up. See if I can get you a shot of the CVT. I have pictures, but there's the CVTs. Basically the same as the 847, just larger. Okay, let's take the hood off. These gills are actually, you actually have a hole there, so it might help exhaust radiator heat and prevent it from collecting under the hood. I'm gonna give this to my wife to hold while I pull the hood off. Yeah, the grommets like the X2, X4, and then slides forward. You can see the holes in the gills. Okay. Thank you, my love. So here's a better look of the oil cooler, radiator, and once again, they've sealed it off for mud pretty well, no gaps. Other thing you'll notice is this whole area, it's pretty well sealed off. You don't have as many gaps as you did, and even the radiator fill is external. Here's your overflow tank. Curious to see where they're going to put the windshield washer reservoir, maybe above it. Looks very similar to the X2, X4. The air filter is the same style as the X2, X4. It's larger though. And it looks like the CVT intake is larger as well. Intake is from the side again, like the older model. Shoulder bolsters. They've been reduced in size for you big and tall fellows. Once again, it's worth emphasizing, no more kidney buster. The seats are really premium. They're really nice. They're basically YXZ seats. You have places for upgrading to indoor speakers. Show you a shot of the door. The pedal, both on the redesigned X2 and X4 and the RMAX, they've changed the angle of the pedal, so you no longer get that sore feeling after riding for a long time in your ankle. You have those on the XTR and LEs, you have the lights, and those can be added on to the base models. They've added some extra storage cubby holes, which is real nice. It's rubberized, so things won't fall out. The LE models, you could come with a radio pre-installed, but access storage on the other models. One thing I like is, you know, the accessory switches are now vertical, and you have a plethora of them in the console here and there. They move the cup holders back, and the reason why I like that is because on the old models with the cup holder here, your cups, if you had a tall mug, it would block your switches. Nice automotive styling here. This shifter is flawless. Yamaha has the best shifter in the business. The steering wheel, nice and plush. They've added more material. I'm gonna have my wife help me out here. You have the grab handle. You can do it from outside, it doesn't matter. And just one little adjustment or lever there, you can adjust it in and out. And this is pretty well padded too. They also added this nice little storage area that's rubberized, so you can put your cell phones there and whatnot. Still have your 12-volt accessory outlet. Your winch switch here. 2 USB ports. They have these soft touch interior, so throughout the vehicle you'll see these rubberized padded places, so your knee bangs on it, you know, over an 8-hour day doesn't beat you up. Perfectly placed. This storage, both the glove box and the center console, they're sealed, so you can go to wash your vehicle or you get muddy or playing U-boat commander, your stuff stays dry. Nice thing is they've added this little detent here, so your phone charging cord can go through there and still charge it and stay dry. So that's it's most obvious is the Adventure Pro, which you can lock and then remove. Turn this on. So in XTR and LE models, you have the D mode, Sport, Trail, and Crawl. You can add that onto base models. Actually, we can switch here.
Hey Romeo.
Yes.
My voice being recorded?
Yes, it is, but I can always stop. Mudders are going to like this. This rear section can be removed. So if you want to snorkel, you don't have to cut anything. This front grille, it's blocked off. But you can remove this back piece so it's open. So those you got.
It's under the hood.
Yep, it's under the hood. Nice. So another thing is on the doors, the gap is a lot smaller, and you have this ledge here on the inside. So when you close it, it blocks off a lot of the air. The roll cage, it might have a larger diameter. I'll have to measure it to make sure. You have this this brace here that's on both sides, and that's going to increase your rigidity. So Yamaha's really, they've beefed up everything on this. It's just not fancy shocks and nice suspension arms. I mean, they beefed up a lot of the internals, a lot of the structure. It's a new frame, so this should last a long time.